हेलो फ्रेंड्स, कैसे हैं आप सब? आई होप all of you are fine and you are doing well. Today we are going to talk about scope and approach of political science. In this presentation, we will talk about what actually political science deals with and what are different methods of political science. So, without wasting any time, let's move on. Yeah, so scope of political science. You know, when we talk about the scope of political science, it actually means what does political science deal with? So, political science as a discipline deals with various aspects like study of state and government. So, the first thing that political science deals with is that it deals with the study of state and government. It deals with the nature and formation of the state and tries to understand various forms and functions of the government. So the first aspect of political science that it deals with is that it deals with the study of state and government, how the state functions, how the government functions, how the government is formed, how people go out and vote, and how the government functions. So this is what political science deals with. The another aspect of it is that political science deals with the study of associations and institutions. In an organized way, the fundamental problem of political science includes first an investigation of the origin and the nature of the state, second an inquiry into the nature, history and forms of political institutions, and third the direction. Therefore, as far as it's possible, laws of political growth and development are achieved. So in other words, we can say that political science also deals with the study of associations and political institutions. These institutions are mostly political institutions. These associations are mostly political associations. The third aspect is that political science also deals with national and international problems. See, modern demands of defense of territory, representative government, and national unity have made political science not only the science of political independence, but that of the state sovereignty as well. You know, in international relations, you will see that international relations, you will see that it's completely based on power politics. So the meaning of political science, as we said in other videos as well, the meaning of political science has completely changed with time. So political science deals with national and international problems as well. For example, if there is some sort of national problem going on in a country, or there is an international problem going on in the world, political science helps us to deal with it, to solve it, or to seek its origin. Another aspect is that political science studies political behavior of man. I mean, it may be said that the character of political science in all its parts is determined by its basic presupposition regarding man. So actually, political science, in other words, we can say that it somehow studies or deals with the political behavior of man. I mean, how a man will behave in a political environment, how a man will perceive different things in a political environment. So this is the scope of political science. Another aspect is that it studies the past, the present, and the future of development. In other words, we can say that political science actually attempts to explain the meaning and essential nature of the state, and it deals with the laws of its progress and development that are taking place within itself and in relation to other international organizations and other states. So actually, political science studies the past, then it studies the future, then it studies the present, and for future it makes some predictions regarding the future. So political science is actually the study of a development taking past, present, and future into consideration. The last aspect of the scope of political science is that political science actually studies the concept of power, authority, and influence. These three concepts have recently been added to political science, and political science helps us to study these concepts of power, authority, and influence. Actually, with the behavioral revolution, the central topic for study has become the study of power. So, with the behavioral revolution coming into existence, the meaning and the scope and nature of political science has changed somewhat. It has focused more on power politics rather than other aspects of political science. So consequently, the scope has widened to include new aspects like political socialization, political culture, political development, other informal structures like interests and pressure groups. So all these concepts have been added to political science, and political science helps us to study all these concepts, especially the concept of power, authority, and influence. So this was all about the scope of political science, what actually political science deals with. Now we will take a look at the different approach or methods of political science. Deslandres, a French scholar, recognizes 6 methods of political investigation. Deslandres, who was a French scholar, he says that in order to make a political investigation, we need to follow 6 methods. The first method, he says, is that a sociological method has to be followed in order to make a political investigation. Then he says that there needs to be a comparative method in order to make a political investigation. He also talks about dogmatic, juridical, and a good sense of historical method. So he talks about, all in all, Deslandres says that there are 6 methods in order to make a political investigation, and those methods are sociological, comparative, dogmatic, juridical, good sense, and historical method. Seeley, however, favors inductive method. Seeley is another political thinker, Sir John Seeley. He says that inductive method is the method that should be used for any sort of political investigation. James Bryce believes that proper methods of political investigation are observational, experimental, historical, and comparative. So Bryce actually says that in order to make a political investigation, we need to take 4 methods into consideration, which he says that those are observational, experimental, historical, and comparative. Then Dr. Garner prefers only a comparative method. He says that comparative method is the best method in order to make a political investigation. According to him, this concept is so broad to comprehend the process of accumulation, arrangements, classification, coordination, culmination, and deduction. So all in all, Dr. Garner actually supports the comparative method in order to make a political investigation. Thus, it becomes quite clear that all the political thinkers or different political thinkers have adopted different methods on the basis of their own choice. So every political thinker has its own method of investigating, of taking into consideration any sort of investigation. So we can say that different political thinkers have used different methods of investigation in order to in order to make a study or an investigation more scientific. So different political thinkers have used different methods. Every political thinker has his or her own method in order to conduct a political investigation. Now, there are different methods, different political thinkers have given different methods, but we need to remember that there are some certain methods that we use in political, science, that we use in order to conduct a political investigation. The methods that have gained the favor of most of the political thinkers in modern times are the experimental method. So the first method that can be used in order to make a political investigation, in order to conduct a political investigation, is the experimental method. We can also use the historical method. The other method is the comparative method. The next method is the method of observation or the observational method. Then comes the philosophical method. After that, statistical method is also used in various political investigations. Biological method has also been used in various political investigations. Psychological methods have also been used in political investigations, especially when it comes to political psychology, the psychology of leaders and other people who are in the power. Juridical methods have also been used in political science, and sociological methods have also been used in political science. As we earlier said, that political science is a branch of social science. So there are some methods from sociology which are very much used in political science as well. So you can check from your screen that there are different methods which can be used in order to conduct a political investigation. So this was all about the scope and different approaches of political science. I hope at least you were able to comprehend, or you were able to understand at least some points from this presentation. Take care of yourself. See you in another video. Have a good day. Bye bye.